ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Today is draft day. It's draft day, man. I'm hyped. I woke up early today. You know, it was a lot of news we got to get to tonight. There's going to be two streams today. Two streams today. This is like the pregame. You know how how before you go to a party, like you at college or something, or you out before you go to the club. You know how you go to a party? It's the pregame. It's the pregame before the party. So there's going to be two streams today. I'm going to stream my usual till like maybe 2 o'clock. Then get off, hop on around 7:30. Draft start at 8, hop on about 7:30 later on today. So be on the lookout for the next stream. So we got two a days on stream. Saint draft day, yes sir. Green, what is going on, my boy? What's going on? I'm hyped today. I'm ready. It's a lot of news to get to today. That's kind of what I wanted to stream early as well, because there was so much that went on last night with the Wizards. I mean, it's very interesting. Very interesting. So to start, DeJounte Murray. He's one of the guys who I, made up a trade package with, for yesterday. I made up a trade package yesterday for him. And come to find out, later on in the day around 10, a lot of this stuff came out around like 10 o'clock at night. They said the Spurs are fielding offers for DeJounte Murray. They said they want a Drew Holiday-like package, which was like multiple first-round picks, etc. when that Drew Holiday trade came about. And then, later on, he came out, Jake Fisher, the same guy. It was said that the Washington Wizards have been willing to discuss Kyle Kuzma and KCP in trade conversations. Which I say as they should be. I believe they should be doing that. I'm hyped, man. There's been some talk about, Monte Morris today as well. I'm going to look at this. Oh, also, Kuz tweeted, ready spaghetti today. Ready spaghetti, whatever that may mean. May or may not mean. What's going on, Swiss? Also, Woj, he's getting muted tonight. He said the top three is looking more firm about Jabari going 1, Chet going 2, and Banchero going 3. But Josh Robbins, Wizards reporter from The Athletic, he said that several teams expect the Washington Wizards to enter draft day intent on trading for a veteran point guard. League sources said one name to keep an eye on is Denver's Monte Morris. So Monte Morris, potentially. And just because, let's say they do trade for Monte Morris, that doesn't mean that they're done. Monte Morris could be, who they want to be the backup point guard, who they feel like could be a spot starter as well if it came down to it. Also, some more news that came out yesterday. It said if the King, this is from Jeremy Woo. Let me look at his info. Sports Illustrated staff writer. He said if the Kings stay at number 4, Keegan Murray seems to be the likely choice. The Pacers and Spurs also covet Murray, and the Knicks and Wizards have been linked to Jaden Ivey in trade-up scenarios. So there's your Jaden Ivey connection. So far, this is what we know. The Wizards are interested in Monte Morris. Monte Morris shouldn't cost that much because, the Nuggets don't really have that much leverage. I mean, he's going to be behind Jamal Murray. Then they also have Bones Highland, which kind of makes Monte a little expendable in Denver. So they're interested in Monte. They've been linked to trade-up scenarios for Jaden Ivey. And also, which I think is the biggest news story that came out. Well, also, not the biggest, but also, this is from Talk Hoops. They said the Washington Wizards and San Antonio Spurs are big on Johnny Davis. I don't know if Biggie in here yet. But they said the Washington Wizards and San Antonio Spurs are big on Johnny Davis. They said the Spurs pick at 9, so Davis might not end up being a valuable target for the Wizards at number 10. That's news. But to get to the biggest story, Draft Express with Jonathan Givony. He said, I don't think the Washington Wizards are going to put their pick in the 10th pick for a Malcolm Brogdon trade. And I do think the Knicks are looking very hard at putting the number 11 pick in, which I saw later on in the day that they weren't really. As long as the Wizards ain't including their 10th pick for Malcolm Brogdon, I'm cool. And it looks like, especially after the Jeremy Grant trade, which, you know, the Pistons got cap space, but, I mean, that's pretty much it for real. I mean, I don't expect Malcolm Brogdon to cost the 10th pick. I doubt it. So I don't think Tommy's going to be giving up a first-round pick for Malcolm Brogdon. So I hope this is true. It's looking good. Swish, you said, what's up, D? What's up, Swiss? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Chip, what's going on, brother? He said, what up, D? Wizards family? You all got your beer in a brick. You got to be prepared, man. Swishy said, I just hope Tommy doesn't mess this up. Don't we all? We all hoping. We all hoping, man. We all hoping. D talks a lot. The GOAT. Good name. Great name. Terrific name. He said the world should be ashamed that you have less than 1 mil subs. If only 1 mil people cared about the Washington Wizards, man, maybe I would. So she said, wouldn't be that mad if we got Brogdon without using a pick. Smithy said, Cat Spurs don't need a shooting guard. Could be Cat. As far as the Johnny Davis. Yeah, I mean, but you never know. They also drafted Josh Primo the other year. Nobody really expected that to happen, so you never know with the Spurs. Nazar, what's going on? You said, I mean, we do need 2 PGs right now, so Brogdon as a backup wouldn't be bad. If they trade for Malcolm Brogdon, he's going to be the starter because Malcolm Brogdon is going to be making over $20 million a year. You don't put $20 million a year on the bench. He's probably going to come in and start. Now, Monte Morris, if they traded for him, I could see him being the backup. I could see Monte Morris being the backup for sure. But for people just getting in here, I said this is like pretty much the pregame stream. This is pretty much the pregame stream. There's going to be the stream for the draft later around 7:30. This is just so I could talk about everything that came out Wizards related yesterday, which was kind of a decent amount of stuff, so we can all pretty much talk about it before the draft starts. So this is the pregame before the draft watch party tonight at 7:30. So make sure you locked in with me tonight at 7:30. What's going on? You said, what do you say about the idea for this trade? The Wizards get the 4th choice and the Kings get the 10th choice in Rui. The Wizards are going to have to give up more than that. The Wizards are going to have to give up more than that. They're definitely going to have to give up more than that. The Kings are probably going to hang up the phone. That's not enough. So, how do y'all feel about your boys, Kyle Kuzma and KCP, being up for trade? How do y'all feel about that? Y'all get it? Does that, y'all don't get it? I mean, KCP has been linked to maybe going to Denver for the Monte Morris, trade, possibly. So, oh no. But it looks like the Wizards are looking to be active, man. It looks like the Wizards are looking to be active. I don't blame them. Who would you give up, Denny or Rui? I probably would say Denny because if Kyle Kuzma's going to go. Kyle Kuzma's the most attractive available trade assets that the Wizards have. So it's going to have to be Kyle Kuzma, involved, which means there's a hole at the 4. Denny's plays the 3 mainly. So you would keep Rui just in case you need him to start, And I mean, also, that gives Denny a possibility to get more shine on a different team. But just for fit reasons, I don't want to trade 2 4s because I know I got to give up Kuzma. And then if I give up Rui, that's giving up 2 4s. Denny's a 3, so that may make it a little easier. So I probably would say Denny. Probably. Chevy said, I don't agree giving up our pieces for an untested rookie. I think with I mean, that's where the risk part comes in with a chimp. Like I said, I don't see the Wizards trading up to 4. I honestly see them trading. I think more realistically, they'll trade for a veteran rather than trade up to 4. I think they'll rather trade for that vet point guard. I don't know if it's DeJounte Murray. I don't know if the Wizards have enough to get a DeJounte Murray. I still think is Malcolm Brogdon. That's the most realistic choice. Maybe Monte Morris pulls up. I could see a Monte Morris and maybe somebody else. We'll see. But we know Kuzma's up for availability. We know KCP's up for availability. They didn't say anything about Rui. They didn't say anything about Denny. So I'm not sure. I'm truly not sure. I don't know if they're looking to trade Denny. I don't know if they're looking to trade Rui. I don't know who they're specifically looking to move. But KCP and Kuz is being like the ones available aren't a surprise. Because they're two veterans who can be useful to guys. And if Kuzma were to go somewhere, he could potentially be flipped for a first round pick by another team. Nizari said only trade Kuzma if we get SGA, Ivy, or Murray in that order. I agree with you. Like those 3 options right there, I would be willing to move Kuz. Other than that, I'm not too pressed to move Kuzma. Cannot read that. Don't understand that. Chimp, you said thank you for being in the stream. Chimp, you said better not be Brogdon. Chimp, are you okay with it being Brogdon if they don't give up a first round pick? Are you more okay with that? Saitama, you said brother Wizards need to take a little risk. I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. The Wizards definitely need to take some risks. They need to hey, go all in, as they say. I say go all in. You said my guy, you are more familiar in Israel than in the US. That's cool. I think that's cool. I love my Israel fans, my Denny fans. I love my guys over there. You guys get a little crazy about Denny, but still love you guys, man. Elon, you said yes. You said no. Yes. As far as in the draft is today. No face, no case. You said I just don't see us doing well without Kuz. I mean, it depends on who you bring in for Kuz. Like Kuz would be the 3rd option on this team currently. With Bill and KP. So he would be behind Bill. He would be behind KP. It depends on who they would trade him for. I don't know. I don't know who gets moved in the Brogdon deal. In the Malcolm Brogdon deal, I don't know who gets moved. But it really depends on who they bring in. No face. Chappie said no, 20 mil to bring in fruit in hospital for half of the year. I like that, Chip. Becky, you said if you walk into tomorrow with the number 10 pick being the only roster change, I will be disappointed. Walk into today with the 10th pick. The draft is today. Mackie is today. But I get you. I definitely get you, though. Saint, you said I just don't want us to draft a 4 or center. Well, it's looking like they really high on Johnny Davis. They really like Jaden Ivey. If they trade the pick, it's probably going to be for a point guard. So, I don't know if they'll go 4. I definitely don't think they'll go center, though. I'm not sure. I don't think they'll go center. Forward, possibly, but I don't think center. But for anybody who's just getting in here, this is the first stream of the day just to talk about all the Wizards news that happened. So, what we know so far, the Wizards are interested in Denver's point guard Monte Morris. Kyle Kuzma and KCP are available in trade talks. Apparently, the Spurs are interested in Johnny Davis, so they may take him before the Wizards do at 10 if the Wizards stayed at 10. And the Wizards don't want to include their 10th pick in the Malcolm Brogdon deal. So far, that's all the information that I gathered from yesterday. And I wanted to talk about today. So I will be streaming again at 7:30, 30 minutes before the draft. I will be back on here later tonight. I just wanted us to talk about the news that came out last night. So I definitely will be back to, later today. Also, make sure you like that video for your boy, please. If you haven't already, so more people can see the vid. Thank you very much. Also, if you want to become a channel member, help me hit that 10 channel member goal. Click the link in the pinned chat by me and click the link. Or if you want to donate, you can hit me up with a super chat as well if you want to support in that way. Elon, you said Rui's one of the worst defender. Sings T, let's go. And he's selfish. I mean, he's not one of the worst defenders. There are numbers that support Rui with like on ball defense because there's moments Rui has been really good on ball. He just has lapses, you know? And I mean, that's a lot of players in the NBA who have lapses defensively. He's not the worst defender in the world, but there's definitely room for improvement. I've seen him defend really well. You know, I've seen it. So, I know he can do it. You know what I mean? But it's definitely something he has to work on. And I don't know where the selfish talk comes from. Rui doesn't get that many shots up. I mean, he'll shoot, definitely, but you wish you do want him to wish he would be more of a ball mover a little bit, but I don't think he's selfish. Ty, you said, what's going on? You said let's go. Facts. I'm ready, man. Today is what it's all about. Draft day. All the talk is done. You know, I'm ready to see what the Wizards do, man. Ty, you said Rui defense improved, and as a team, we weren't good defensively. Yeah, the team as a whole wasn't good defensively. Everybody was pretty rough defensively. Like, Diddy definitely had his moments at the beginning of the season where he was really, really good defensively. Like I was saying, bro, trying to have a all NBA defensive type season. But I mean, as the season went on, the team defense as a whole just completely fell off a cliff. Completely. Elon, you said, so I prefer Diddy over Rui. Okay. He said we should trade Bill for Grant. Grant who? Jeremy Grant? Jeremy Grant just got traded to the Blazers. Chimp, you said we got to accept our fate at 10. So you rather stand tall at 10. I feel like the Wizards staying at 10 would be a big disappointment to a lot of fans because of so much of the talk that's been surrounding the Wizards and them being active in the trade market. I feel like just staying put at 10 would be kind of dry. Like, and pretty anticlimactic. I feel like staying at 10 and just drafting like Johnny Davis after all the talk and potential talk about potentially making moves, I feel like that's a very anticlimactic but very fitting Wizards in to the draft. Since I don't think Rui is used enough. Chip, you said Rui had late season last year. Yeah, like I said, the thing that impressed me the most with Rui was definitely the improving on the 3-point shooting. That was crazy. You know, looking at his 3-point shooting, it improved each year, but I didn't expect him to shoot 40+% from 3, you know, especially after missing half of the season. And I mean, that definitely hurt him, you know, just being in a new system and just being gone for so long. That definitely hurt. So I'm looking, if he's here, I'm definitely looking for another improvement this season defensively from him. I got a couple of things I want Rui to improve on. Chippy said Rui a team player. Am I just excited for today's draft? I'm very excited. I woke up at like 7 in the morning. I was hyped. I had to throw on the Wizards jersey. Got the Wizards jersey on, the OG. I think, aren't these the ones that's like coming back or something like that? I got this. This is Antoine Jameson, by the way. The number. This is an Antoine Jameson jersey, my guy. Twan in the front office currently for the Wizards. I'm very excited. I'm ready. I'm ready to see what happens, man. I've been on Twitter, just refreshing to see if anything happens. Just refreshing, making sure I don't see nothing wrong. Smithy said, get best PG while keeping first. Oof. I mean, that's an option. I'm definitely sure that's an option up there. He said, I agree with you, Elon. Rui only cares about his stats. Once he has the ball, everyone can go back to defense. In the Wizards, everyone is only Denny. man, this is not what I wanted to go to. Okay. Mackie, you said being safe will allow us to continue to be average. I agree. I think being safe is just like, if we was gonna be safe, I mean, I would have just told Bill, I would have told Brad, look, bro, we looking to stay mid for forever. Like, we just about to play it safe. We not about to get aggressive. We about to do status quo. We about to draft another guy who may or may not be a rotational player or really good and take, I don't know. I hope they do something. I'd rather them move and try to bring somebody in, because I mean, if they just go 10, because they already said they're not looking to start a rookie. Like, whoever they draft at 10 is going to be coming off the bench. And I don't know how much playing time that 10th pick is going to have anyway. So I don't really see the use of drafting 10 if they're not going to give that guy a decent amount of playing time, potentially. You know, I don't know. Why not just give it to somebody to bring in somebody who you know is going to get big minutes? Because Tommy already said he's not starting a rookie point guard. None of that. So who's at 10 is going to be coming off the bench. And how many minutes will he be getting off the bench? I honestly don't know. So do you really want to waste the 10th pick on somebody who's barely going to contribute in a season where they're looking to compete? That's the question you have to ask yourself. You said same. Chip, you said we giving up our roster for who? I would love Jaden Ivey, but too many of ahead of us. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it'll be Jaden Ivey. I don't think it'll be Jaden Ivey at all. I think it'll be a veteran point guard. That'll be the move. And even if it's like a Monte Morris, I think there'll still be moves to be made. JD, you said, should we trade down for Tata? I don't think the Wizards trade down at all. I don't see them trade. If they do any kind of trading, it's moving that pick for somebody. That's what I think personally. I could be wrong, of course. But yeah, I don't see them trading back. I mean, I wouldn't trade back for Tata. If Johnny's there, just give me Johnny Davis. I like Johnny Davis. Zen, what's going on? He said, let's get it today, boys. Expect nothing but Wizard like moves today, hopefully for the best. We gotta stay positive, man. You know, we gotta stay positive. I know the Wizards stress us out. The Wizards make us worry. The Wizards make us unsure who to trust, what to believe, what should we be believing. The Wizards scare us, man, because of the decision making. But we gotta stay positive. We gotta stay positive, man. Or at least try to. Chippy said, LOL, did he got the weight of Israel on his shoulders? Yeah, I mean, Diddy has a strong support base, man. Diddy has a really strong support base. You know, like I said, I always shout out the Israel guys because, you know, they be up late watching games, supporting. You know, I respect that. You know, anybody watching American ball overseas, I respect that, man. JD, you said we need to take a page out of OKC's book and commit to the tank for a few seasons. We can't keep drafting mid-lotto and hoping for the best. We need top picks like we had when we drafted Wallen Bill. I agree with you, JD.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I feel, not Zay, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate you for that, brother. Yeah, I agree with you, JD. I've been said the Wizards should have rebuild. You know, and traded Bill back when he was averaging 30-something points per game, because I knew they wasn't going to build anything serious around him. They've gotten pieces, yes. But, I mean, look at us now. We're still drafting 10. I mean, I thought they should have been started over realistically, because I didn't think Bradley Beal was the number one guy on the championship team, and I didn't see them bringing in anybody who was a true number one. But that's not what the Wizards do. That's not their motto, and that's not what they look forward to doing. So, you're right, JD, but sadly, the Wizards don't think you're right, man. And that's who you makes the final decisions. Ted and the boys. Chip, he said, we need a point guard, so trading after for a guard. Chip, would you be better off trading for a veteran point guard rather than and giving up some of that depth for a veteran point guard rather than, you know, Jaden? Would that make you feel a little bit better because you know that veteran point guard has like experience in the league and is probably pretty good, etc. Because you know Jaden does have that potential bust factor, even though I think he's going to be really good. Omar, or Omir. I hope I'm saying that right. Kentucky guards is the ting. Facts. Kentucky guards do. I mean, they do usually turn out pretty decent. Kentucky guards do turn out pretty decent. I will say that. Jimbo, you said, hey, glad to be back. Why would the Hawks need DeJounte? We want him. That's a good question. I have no idea why the Atlanta Hawks would want. I don't know why they would want DeJounte. And don't tell me Trae Young gonna play the 2. Come on now. Boy, Trae Young ain't playing no 2. He is not playing no 2. I don't know why they want DeJounte. That's weird to me. Big J, what's going on, my guy? Yo, got on my Wiz gear, walking these wet streets. Wiz gonna figure it out, bro. Wildest thing, we will be getting Bridgewater and Brogdon and Turner for 10 and something else. Yeah, and that's why I'm gonna re-go over the news that I seen too. I'm gonna put my Twitter back on the screen so we can re-go over everything that happened last night. But for the people who just joined, this is like the pre-game stream. I will be streaming, so I'm gonna stream till like maybe 2, and then I'll be back on at 7:30, like 30 minutes before the draft. This is like the pre-game stream. Like I said, like, you know, in college or whatever, you pre-game before the party, get some drinks before you go to the party. This is the pre-game to the watch party. So 7:30, I'll be back on live. So I'll be doing 2 lives in one day. Also, if you're in here and if you haven't liked the video, please like the video for your boy. Please. And if you want to become a channel member, click the link in the pinned chat comment. Trying to hit 10 members. If you want to donate a super chat or anything, you can do that too. Appreciate you guys for being in here as usual. Love you all. Love you all. Locke, what's going on? You said, why have I let myself get so hype about DeJounte? Yeah, I'm not getting too hype about DeJounte because I still don't think that it happens. I still think I don't know if the Wizards will have enough, so I'm not getting too hype with DeJounte because it will be tough for me to really see that happening, you know, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe they surprise us and make it happen. But we'll see when it comes to that. I'm checking my timeline real quick, make sure I ain't missed nothing. But okay, news from last night. Let me read a couple more of you guys' comments. Just listening, what's going on? You said, I know I'm late to the party, but yesterday I heard that Montrezl Harrell was suing somebody for something, and I was wondering if you knew anything about it. I heard it yesterday on First Take. I know he got in trouble for having like 3 pounds of marijuana in his car after he got pulled over or something like that. I don't know if he's suing somebody, but I just know he got in trouble for that. Gail, what's going on? You said, do you think that Denny can play as a point guard? I think I talked about this yesterday. I don't see Denny playing the point guard position, you know, especially at a full-time level. I see Denny being, you know, like a secondary ball handler, being one of those guys who could bring the ball up the court if needed, initiate the offense from time to time. Definitely, I think he has the potential to do that. Full-time? No, I don't see that. But secondary ball handler for sure. Locke, you said, Gil, he can't dribble the left and cannot play the 1. Ricky, you said, yo, I hope Wiz don't mess it up. Johnny Davis is the truth. Yeah, I mean, and that's what I've been getting to too regarding Johnny Davis, because apparently the Spurs, according to one report, is interested in Johnny, so he could be gone at 9. Chip, you said, depends on who they go after. We need a pass first guard on the cheap. Gil, you said, TW, he is working on it very hard regarding Denny's left hand, I'm assuming. Not Zay, you said, wish y'all good luck tonight. I hope, bro. I hope we don't mess this up. I hope we don't do nothing stupid, because I'm going to be on here mad. I'm going to be on here raging. I'm going to be on here upset. And my night going to be ruined. So I hope they don't do nothing stupid. Elon, you said we need Murray. So we need all the luck we can get, Zay. For real. You said we need Murray. We do. Elon, I would love to get DeJounte, but like I said, I just don't think that's realistic. I don't think the Wizards have enough that will really pique the interest of the Spurs. Honestly. Zay, you said, coming from a Knicks fans, hope y'all gonna be Gucci. What y'all think y'all gonna do with the 11th pick, Nick? Zay, what y'all think the Knicks gonna do with the pick 11? Locke, you said it's 11:30, and I'm knocking them back because I know tonight will be a disappointment. You gotta have some faith, man. You gotta have some faith, Locke. Well, hey, if you expect disappointment, you'll never be disappointed. That is a saying. That is a saying. So if you expect disappointment, you can't be disappointed, man. Gil, you said collaboration with Sport BG. Not sure who Sport BG is, Gil. Just listen, he said recap the news, Brother D, please. Yes, sir. Let me get on that. Let me get on that for you guys. Okay. So, let me go to the latest thing I seen. So, Josh Robbins, reporter for the Wizards, for The Athletic, he said at least several teams expect the Washington Wizards to enter draft day intent on trading for a veteran point guard. League sources said one name to keep an eye on, sources told David Aldridge and me, is Denver's Monte Morris. Now, I definitely think Monte Morris can be, I think I would like him to come in as a backup. He could start, not long term, obviously, but they need to fill remember, Wizards need 2 point guards right now. They need 2 point guards. So just because they draft Monte Morris doesn't mean like that's it for the PG search. So if they trade for Monte, that doesn't mean that the point guard search is over. Especially starting point guard search. Also, it was reported by Jake Fisher that Kyle Kuzma and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, KCP, have been open to discussing trades. The Wizards have been open to discussing trades involving these 2 guys, Kyle Kuzma and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. So, I don't know. Maybe they've been offered to the Spurs for DeJounte. Maybe KCP by himself has been offered to Denver for Monte Morris. But our boys Kyle Kuzma and KCP, the Wizards are open to discussing them in trade talks. Next. Jaden Ivey news. According to Jeremy Woo, who's Sports Illustrated staff writer and NBA Draft Insider, he said if the Kings stay at number 4, Keegan Murray seems to be the likely choice. The Pacers and Spurs also covet Murray, and the Knicks and Wizards have been linked to Jaden Ivey in trade-up scenarios. So, the Wizards have been connected to Monte Morris. They've been connected to Jaden Ivey. And they're open to discussing Kyle Kuzma and KCP in trade talks. That's what we know so far. And then we have this news. The Washington Wizards from Talk Hoops. Zach Harper. He said the Washington Wizards and San Antonio Spurs are big on Johnny Davis. The Spurs pick at 9, so Davis might not end up being a viable target Jesus Christ, speak to me. For the Wizards at number 10. So Johnny Davis, if the Wizards were to stay at 10, Johnny Davis could potentially be gone. Is there anything else? Anything else? Oh, yes, Malcolm Brogdon news. According to Draft Express, Jonathan Givony, he's an NBA draft analyst at ESPN. He said, I don't think the Washington Wizards are going to put their pick in, the 10th pick, for a Malcolm Brogdon trade. And I do think the Knicks are looking very hard at putting the number 11 pick in. So, Zay, if you're still in here, that's what they said. But, I don't know. I don't know about the Knicks. You have a better idea of what they're doing. So, yeah, that's the news. That's the Wizards talk from last night. I think all that's strictly from yesterday. Jay, you said I heard last night from the ESPN boys streaming that there's talk that De'Aaron Fox is available. I would take him for 10 and ish. Fox will probably, you talk about pretty pennies. De'Aaron Fox will cost a pretty penny, but why would I'd be confused. So they will replace Fox with Jaden Ivey, but the Kings haven't even met with Jaden Ivey yet. I feel like the Kings, if they stayed at 4, they'll just take Keegan Murray. I feel like the Kings will just go with Keegan Murray. And maybe the Pistons will go Jaden at 5. Ricky said we can get Sharp as well, potentially, if he falls to 10, potentially, and the Wizards stay there. Jimbo, you said they can get Johnny Davis at 9 and somebody else at 10 if they gave us Murray. That's true. I mean, that is true. Anthony, what's going on? You said, do you think BB3 is recruiting? I mean, I think Brad is. I hope he's recruiting as much as he talk about people recruiting him. But it is a tough recruitment to, let's say, as a player. Let's say you're a player, guys. And Bradley Beal's trying to recruit you to Washington and play with the Wizards. No, if you were trying to recruit a player to come play in Washington, what would you guys say to entice them to play in Washington? Because it's not much to go off of, honestly. It's not very attractive, this situation. I don't really know what they would say. Like, DC's a good location. It's diverse. I mean, look at what's your cap situation looking like? Nasty. I mean, can we bring more players in? Do you guys... I don't know. I feel like recruiting to DC is a tall task, man. It's a tall task. It's tough. Zay, you said we not staying at 11. All right, so Zay, you said the Knicks trade. You said the Knicks trade that 11 pick. Okay, for who? Who do you think y'all move 11 for? Ricky, I like when other fans of other teams come in here, so I can kind of get a gaze of what they feeling about their team. I like keeping up with other teams as well. Ricky, you said Spurs won't trade Murray. LOL, they are trying to make the playoff. I mean, but the Spurs. I feel like the Spurs are like. The Spurs are in that, they're not in like a full rebuild, but they're like in that phase of transitioning to like, you know, they're young. They're a young team. They're trying to get younger, etc. You know, and start this thing over and build it back up to a legit contender. The Spurs are going to play that purgatory game, not the Spurs. They ain't the Wizards. The Spurs ain't going to play that not good enough, but not terrible game. If Murray, they decide DeJounte Murray doesn't fit their timeline of what they're trying to do, you know, I could easily see them moving him. And that's why I think they're taking calls on him right now. Elon, you said, what do you think is more realistic, Shea or Murray? I think Murray is more realistic, personally. Gil, you said, are there any new trade rumors about the 10th? Well, yeah, I just did the rundown. So basically, whoever they found, they think is a good enough veteran point guard. They said they don't want to involve the Malcolm. They don't want to involve the 10th pick in the Malcolm Brogdon deal. So that's a good sign. So I don't know what they'll do with 10. Who knows? Swiss, you said the Wizards made me lose all my faith. Same, brother. Same. But I try to stay positive. I really do. Chip, you said I like our roster as it is. Yes, we need a point guard. No point trading for Morris if he's not starting. I would like Monte Morris as my backup over Ish Smith for sure. Definitely for sure, personally. The thing about this current Wizard squad, even though we haven't seen Bill and KP play together, like, this current squad isn't... And the thing is, they're about to sign Bradley Beal to a max deal. I don't want to have Bradley Beal on a max deal for this team to be fighting for a playing spot every year. This team isn't currently constructed. This team isn't a 6-seed team. They're not a non-playing team. This team's a playing team. And if we look at the teams last season, I mean, who are in the play-in, you look at the Hornets, could be up there with the Hornets. I'm not sure. I mean, it'll be tough. But as currently constructed, this team is still pretty mid, in my opinion. Like, I don't see them being a 6-seed at all. Like, so I think they need to try to bump up and make a move to potentially have the talent level to be a 6 seed. A 6 seed, potentially, at least, at best, in my opinion. Gil, you said Sport BG is an Israeli channel about sports. He is making a YouTube series following the Wizard and Diddy. I think it would be cool if you do a collab vid with him. Yeah, I mean, I'll look him up. I definitely will look him up, Gil. Thanks for putting me on for that. Saint, you said Spurs really don't need a shooting guard. Who is their shooting guard right now? Are you sure they don't need a shooting guard? Who is their shooting guard currently? I forgot who the Spurs starting 5 be. DJ Mack, you said, am I crazy for thinking we should keep Kuz? I think it depends on who it is. Like, it has to be for... I like Kuz, so I'm not trading him for just to trade him. It would have to be for a player that's, like, Shea Gilgeous or DeJounte Murray, or if there's really serious about moving up to number 4 for Jaden Ivey. That caliber, sure. Like Malcolm Brogdon or something, like I'd be upset about that. You know what I mean? It has to be a certain caliber of player because I like Kuz. Like majority of Wizards fans. Locke, we can't pay Kuz, he gotta go. And that's the thing. It's very possible. I mean, it's a very possible reality that the Wizards may not be able to afford Kuzma. Because they gotta pay other guys as well. Brad's about to get paid. KP, if he has a good season, will opt out and he will have to get paid. Ruiz is going to be a restricted free agent, so they may have to match his contract. So then you got Kuz, who's going to be looking for his contract extension. It's a lot of guys to pay, and the Wizards don't have the cap space to pay everybody. So somebody's going to be the odd man out. Somebody's going to be the odd man out. By default. Eric, you said DC ain't a bad city, man. There's LA, Miami, New York, Las Vegas, Chicago, and maybe Boston. We should be right after those cities in interest. I mean, you would think that DC's a huge media market. I mean, but hey, they get ran like a team from Milwaukee or something. Or a team from Oklahoma. So, and then they don't win. They're not a consistent winning franchise. When you think of the Washington Wizards, you don't think of a winning franchise. You think of a below average to average franchise. The Wizards haven't been a legit serious franchise since but since before most of us were born. That's the last time the Wizards were considered like a legitimate winning franchise. We weren't born yet. A lot of us weren't born. I wasn't born yet. So, I mean, if you think of the Washington Wizards, like recently, you think of them like over the last decade or so, they're a losing franchise with a lot of drama. A lot of drama. A losing franchise with a lot of drama. That has like good years. Who's had like good years, but for the most part, there's been more bad than good for the Wizards. OBJ, what's going on, bro? You said, bro, we're forever destined to be mediocre. Tommy out here looking at more is just in me now. It could just be as a backup role. You know, the Wizards have, they got multiple point guard spots to fill. He could be involved as a backup, and then they could still be looking for that starter. So, I mean, I don't think they will be done looking for a point guard just because they got Monte Morris. Eric, you said, bro, if we managed to get Ivy and Wall on a buyout, he'd be the perfect mentor. Yeah, like, I would love to get Ivy, and then, like, you get Wall on an MLE or something. I would love that, but we'll see. Like I said, I don't think the Wizards trade up for 4. They're interested and they've been linked, but I don't know if that happens, man. I just don't know if that happens. Let me see. Just listen, he said, strangely enough, we haven't heard anything from West Jr. I'm sure he agrees with Tommy Shepard, but has he said anything about what is going to make the team better defensively or as a whole? I don't think I've seen him say much either, but you know what you got to do to have a better defensive team. 1, you got to have the personnel to have a good defensive team. And 2, your team has to buy in to whatever you're teaching them. Whatever defensive scheme you're teaching them or offensive scheme, they got to buy in, If they're not buying in, then you're going to see the cracks forming fast. Major said, we aren't giving the addition of Porzingis enough credit. I mean, depends. If Porzingis only plays 46 games this year, I mean, we'll be like, dang, typical Porzingis. He really is the unicorn. You barely see him on the court. So it really depends on if he's healthy or not, Dobbins. The success of that trade, it's still good because you got our Bertans and Dinwiddie, but, the level of success of that trade is dependent on the health of KP. Because nobody doesn't think he's not talented. Everybody knows he's an all-star caliber player, but he can never stay on the floor. So that's the major swing point with KP in that trade. Kevin, you said we better not trade Kuzma unless it's for DeJounte Murray or SGA. Yeah, it's I think a lot of us have came to that conclusion. Trading Kuz for either the 4th pick, SGA, or Murray. Other than that, I mean, I don't know. Unless Tommy has somebody that we just haven't thought of. And that's honestly what I think may happen. I feel like the Wizards may do something unexpected. You know, that we have, maybe there's been a report out there before, but that's not what's being heavily reported. Like, that's not the player who's been heavily reported and linked to the Wizards. Like, there's may have been like a rumor here and there in the past, but like the KP situation, there wasn't a lot of links to the Wizard and Porzingis. There wasn't a bunch of links before that deal happened. That shocked everybody. That shocked probably everybody in this chat. So, I mean, it could be somebody we just haven't heard of. Gil, you said the Wiz should trade TB. TB isn't who? Thomas Bryant is a free agent. He's an unrestricted free agent. So the Wizards, he's not a part of the Wizards anymore. You know, he's a free agent. He's a home TV. Yeah, but Gil, you don't gotta worry about him. I don't think he's coming back. Regardless. Kevin, you said my dad was a baby when we last won the chip. Yeah, I was I think a couple decades from being born when they won the chip. Locke, you said TB expired. Correct. DJ Mac, you said could we maybe pull off a 3-team trade for a PG? Possibly. 3-team trade could be on the table. Definitely could be on the table. Smith, you said Kuzma is the third banana, so his money is priority over all the young guys. Yeah, Kuzma, when it come down to it, whether he like DC or not, that paper talks. That money talks. Money talks the loudest. Biggie, what's going on, Biggie? You said, my bad, I'm late, but let's go. I'm pressed for tonight, and what I missed. What you missed was, let me start off for you. Let me start off with this. Johnny Davis. Let me start off with Johnny Davis for you. According to Zach Harper with Talk Hoops, he said, not with Talk Hoops, but at Talk Hoops, but his name's Zach Harper. He said the Washington Wizards and San Antonio Spurs are big on Johnny Davis. The Spurs pick at 9, so Davis might not end up being a viable target for Wizards at number 10. That's what somebody's saying, Biggie. Your boy may not be there. Your boy may not be there, Biggie. He may not be there. Splat, you said, of effing course, the day of the draft, my Wi-Fi stops working. Ugh. Tough. Dobbins, you said, is 60-plus games good enough to say we won the trade for KP? Let's look at KP's last couple games. The last couple seasons and how many games he played. So KP played 41 games. He played 41 games total last season. Because he played 34 in Dallas and 17 in Washington. And unless I just can't count, he played 41 games. Just so I don't sound stupid, let's do the math. Because math is my worst subject. And it was my worst subject in school. 51. I'm an idiot. I said 41. Leave me alone. I meant 51. I said 41, but I meant 51. Don't judge me. He played 51 games. Oh, well, it says right here. I'm an idiot. 2021-22, he played 51 games. Before that, he played 43 games. Before that, he played 57 games. ACL, torn ACL. 48 games, 66 games, 72. So the last time he played 60 games, Dobbins, was in 2016-17, his second year in the league. Second year in the league. That was the last time he played over 60 games. So I would say 60-plus games, I would count that as a win. 60-plus. I think I could count that as a win. For Porzingis standards. Saint, you said I'm a Falcons fan, and we got a tight end who initials is KP and nickname is also the Unicorn. You talk about Kyle Pitts. I'm an Eagles fan, so I remember when Kyle Pitts was like drafted, mocked to potentially be in the Eagles, and then he kind of like jumped up. But we ended up with Devonta Smith, so I was happy regardless. But yeah, Kyle Pitts is tough. He was tough in Florida too. Gil, you said let's get Russ back. Oh goodness. Russ got his own thing going on in LA. He got his own little thing going on in LA over there. Smith, you said Tommy is a G, he moves in silence. Yeah, so I can see Tommy pulling one on us, and making a move that we didn't see coming. That would shock us and be like, whoa, I ain't see this one coming. So, we'll see. We'll definitely see. Kevin, you said, I could see us trade up to get Mathurin. I mean, we'll see. That's possible. Maybe. I like Mathurin. I think his ceiling greatly depends on his ball handling and him being able to improve that to help his shot creation for himself. You know, if he can improve on his ball handling, I think he could be a really good player. Really good player. That'll raise his ceiling dramatically. Dobbins, he said, LOL. Spidey said, Spurs, the F are y'all doing? Didn't they draft guards the last 2 years? Let's see. The Spurs have drafted the last 2 years. The Spurs have drafted the last 2 years Devin Vassell in 2020, who is a small. They classify Devin Vassell as a small forward. I mean, he's 6'5", and then Joshua Primo with 12. I mean, maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe DeJounte just doesn't fit their timeline. I don't know. And guys, you want to know where DeJounte Murray, and I keep talking about the Wizards and not hitting on these picks. You want to know where DeJounte Murray was drafted at by the Spurs in 2016? He was the 29th pick in the first round. He was the 29th pick. This is the guy who we're thirsting over right now. The 29th pick in the first round. And the Wizards can't get a guy like this at like 11, 12, 15, etc. DeJounte Murray was the 29th pick, man. Tough. Let me look at this real quick. And am I crazy? Excuse me. Hey, let me look at y'all comments. Smith, he said, let's pry Fox out of Sacramento. That's if they even want Ivy. I don't know if they even want Ivy. That would be weird, though. That would be such a Kings thing to do. They got rid of... If you're going to get rid of Fox, why would you get rid of Halliburton? Does that make any sense? That would just make no sense. If you wanted to get rid of Fox, why not keep Halliburton? The younger guy. The guy you just drafted. Why would you move Halliburton if you planning on moving Fox? That's why I don't think they move Fox, because... And then on top of that, what's the point of getting Sabonis? You would trade your star point guard after you traded your upcoming promising other guard, and then for an all-star frontcourt player, which was a win-now move. And then the next season, you would trade your star point guard? That just wouldn't make sense to me. That just wouldn't make sense to me for the Kings to do. Kevin, you said, how you an Eagles fan? Are you from PG County, bro? Where's my fellow Raven and Commanders fans? That's the thing. I like all Washington teams except for the Commanders. I like all Washington teams except for the Commanders. And the reason for that is, well, one, my dad's a Dallas fan. My mom and everybody else is Washington. You know, they were Redskins. But the time I started watching football by myself, I was young. It was the year the Eagles went to the Super Bowl against the Patriots for the first time. And I was a big T.O. fan. It was something about him I really liked. Then I was like, dang, the Eagles I like their jerseys. I like their helmets too. I think I like this team. And then I ended up just sticking with them. Dub, you said, how many points do you think Diddy will average next season? Let's see. Last season, Denny averaged 8 points per game. I think Denny can average... I think next season, I would like to see him average 9 to 10 points a game. I would like to see Denny try to get that up to 9, 10 points a game. And I think that bump can happen because I want him to raise his three-point percentage from 31%, which what he shot his first 2 seasons from the 3, to 35%. I want Denny to shoot 35% from the 3. And I think he has a bump up in points. Again, he went from 6.3 points per game his first year to 8.4 his second year. I think he can maybe bump that up to 9 or maybe 10 in his third season. Just listening, you said I was around for the 70s Bullets, who were very good and lost the title to Golden State and then won in 1979. Those teams were very good. We had something with the Webber team, Gilbert and Hughes. Yeah, I heard about I think Biggie said something about the Chris Webber teams too. That was a little before my time as well. That's when I was just entering the world. I was very young into this world. Kevin said, "Are you live streaming the NBA draft tonight?" Yes, Kevin. So if you just joined and you didn't hear me earlier, this is just the pregame stream, so we could talk about all the news that happened yesterday, as far as just rumors, etc. Who's on the trade block for the Wizards, etc. I'm doing 2 streams today. I'm doing streams today, and I'm doing streams. And I'm doing a stream at 7:30, 30 minutes before the draft. So make sure you're here at 7:30. I'm doing 2 streams today. This is like the pregame, like I said. When you at college, before you go to the party, you pregame. You get your drinks in, you drink, you get your pregame in. This is the pregame to the draft party. So I'm gonna be on here live at 7:30 as well. I'm just talking about Wizards news that happened yesterday, so we can kind of get it out the way, so we can really focus on the draft later. Who was I just on? Biggie, what's going on? You said, I hate San Antonio. They always picking up people they don't need. They got 40 guards and 2 bigs. I listened to Locked On Spurs and there was press for Duren and Williams. They could use a big, though. They could use a Duren and start them out behind Jacob Poeltl. But, they could use Mark Williams as well. They could definitely use a big, but they drafted Joshua Primo, who surprised a lot of people last season. So I could easily see them going with Johnny Davis today. I can see that happening. I'ma feel so bad for you, Biggie. If that happens and the Wizards still have 10. Dub, you said how many? Did I just answer that, or did you repeat that? Okay, you repeated it. You got me out here tripping, Dub. Locke, you said it's not that we can't get someone good at 10, but we are one of the worst teams in the league at developing. The Wizards, as far as development, I think the Wizards, they have an issue at times. Sometimes they just don't draft the right player. Like Troy, I don't think Troy was that good. At that time, you can go back and watch my old YouTube video on it. I was mad. I wanted Robert Williams. I wanted an athletic big to pair with John Wall. And they went with Troy Brown Jr., a guy who is one of those guys who played better with the ball in his hands, who was like a secondary playmaker type of guy, but that was never going to be the position he was in. He was a spot-up shooter guy, and he just didn't work. They drafted a guy and didn't put him in a position for him to succeed, so I don't know why they drafted him in the first place. They should have just went with Robert Williams, and we see how useful Robert Williams is today. Kelly Oubre. Another guy, another raw prospect that they drafted. Kelly needed time. And Kelly still suffers from the same issues that he suffered with in Washington. When Kelly's driving to the basket, he gets tunnel vision. He doesn't look at other guys. Tunnel vision. Warriors got him up out of there. Kelly's but he's more serviceable than Troy. And then Denny and Rui. I think Rui has improved. I think Denny has improved. They both get real full off seasons, so we'll see. But I think Rui and Denny, as far as development, have been okay. I definitely think they've been okay. And Jan Vesely just sucked. He's just sucked. And Chris Singleton, they both sucked. It ain't much developing you can do when you draft players that just suck, like Wizards players the Wizards have drafted in the past, like Jan Vesely. Self-made, you said, what about trying to get a late first round pick to draft Tata or point guard from Tennessee? Like I said before, I just don't see the Wizards trading back. I don't see them trading back. I see them, the main thing I think they do is trade for a vet, then it's stay at 10, then it's draft at 4. Trade up to 4. The most realistic thing I see them doing is trading for a vet PG. Now, if that involves 10 or not, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that involves a 10th pick or not. Dub, did you ask that question again? You trolling me? I said 9 to 10. 9 to 10 possibly for Diddy. Self-made, you said keep 10 also. I mean, possibly. It depends on how aggressive the Wizards want to get. Depends on how aggressive they want to get. JD, you said Dan Snyder is the worst. Ravens over Commanders. Snyder is pretty bad, man. He is pretty bad. Smith, you said it's sack. They never make sense. New coach, new plan. That's fact, Smith. King, people say the Wizards is a terrible situation. They ain't worse than the Kings, man. I'm telling you, they not. Zay, you said Denny will break out for y'all, though. You on the Denny train, Zay? You on the Denny train? You on the Denny train? Okay. We got Chimp who on the Rui train. Chimp say look out for Rui. He breaking out. Zay say Denny breaking out. And then, of course, my Israel guys, they all say Denny breaking out. B-Boy, what's going on? B-Boy, you should have been in here. Why you just getting in here, Brian? Draft day. Facts. It's about time, man. It's about time. Smith, you said, listen to your dad, go boys. Oh, man. Smith, you a boys fan, too? My goodness. Woo. Biggie, you said, do you think Kispert is going to have another breakout season or regress? Haven't heard anything on him or Rui about off-season workouts. I expect good things from Kispert again. He's one of those players who I think can do something similar to what he did last season. I think that's the type of role he's going to play as he becomes a veteran in his league. A guy who's expected to hit his threes, but also, can make good off-ball movements, give a little floater off the dribble if needed to score a bucket, and then, throw a dunk in there occasionally. So I think what he did last season is a good sign of what he's going to do in the future as well as he grows in the league. And what he did last season was pretty good. I mean, he broke Bradley Beal's rookie three-point shooting record. Kevin, you said Cowboys suck it, overrated, and will never win a Super Bowl as long as Jerry Jones is the owner. I think the Cowboys will be serious when Jerry up out of there. I don't know if you agree with that. You agree with that, Smith? You think the Cowboys will be better when Jerry get up out of there? Which probably won't happen until he's in the grave, because I don't see him just stepping away. JD said Jerry Jones is to the Cowboys like Ted is to the Wizards. They care far more about selling season winning the title. We speaking facts today. Okay. OBJ, you said if you pick the right player, you won't have to worry about much development. That word is overrated. LOL. Facts, OBJ. Facts. If you pick the right player, you won't have to develop that much. Like, some players are can be developed. They really can. But if you got it, bro, you got it. If you that dude, you that dude, bro. Trust me. Because a lot of these guys got what can't really be developed. They're just that talented. But I mean, you can develop guys into becoming, better. You know what I mean? But sometimes you just got it. The Bucks developed Giannis, but the Bucks didn't develop Giannis into a Hall of Fame player, into a NBA MVP player. They developed him and helped him improve and whatnot, but not to no MVP level player. Giannis always had that potential and talent. Biggie, you said, would you trade up one to get Davis, maybe give the Spurs our second rounder or a future number one? I wouldn't trade up for Davis. If Davis goes to the Spurs, then that's tough, and you just move on to the next option. Tommy said, all five guys he got on his board or whoever, everything they got in common, the thing they got in common, can't speak once again, the thing that they all have in common is that they'll be there. So if Johnny Davis ain't there, Biggie, somebody else is going to be there that they was looking at. Whether that's a reach or not, we'll never know until tonight. W said, wow, you real mad? I'm happy, man. I'm hyped. I'm excited, actually. Very excited. Charles, you said, do you see Gafford getting traded anytime soon? I don't know. I feel like it's a possibility. It could be possible. Jay, you said, Wiz trading Denny and Rui plus 10 or Kuz plus 10 to get the number 4 pick. Source Trust me, bro. I don't know if I would trade Denny and Rui. Plus 10. Well, you didn't add Kuz to that. You said Denny Rui plus 10 or Kuz plus 10. That's what you said. I don't know. I will be interested to see what the Wizards package were to look like for the number 4 pick. I'm curious to see what their package would look like. OBJ, you said only player that needs to be traded up for is Ivy and maybe Dyson because of the pure desperation at PG. Other than that, stay put. I feel like Dyson is I feel like Dyson would be very good. He's the type of guard will be a good fit next to Brad. Doesn't need the ball a ton, moves the ball along, plays defense like a Tomas Satoransky, but better, with more potential. You know, and when it comes to Dyson, his ceiling all depends on his shooting. It all depends on his shooting. If Dyson Daniels struggles to shoot in the league, his ceiling drastically goes down. If he can shoot, and he's a good shooter, and he's good off the catch and shoot, etc., his ceiling definitely gets a little higher. Locke, you said, I'm completely out on Denny. Trade him. I'm completely out on Denny. Trade him while someone is delusional enough to want his potential. They're going to get on you for that, Locke. They're going to get on you for that. So you out on Denny. Why are you out on Denny, though? I'm not out on Denny. You haven't seen enough from Denny to, have, some faith? I feel I've seen enough to have faith. You completely out on him? Dang. That's tough, Locke. That's tough. Liam, you said, what's good, my boy? What's going on, Liam? Just for everybody, stream tonight, 7:30. Second stream tonight, 7:30. Probably going to hop off today around 2 something so I can, do something today. But I definitely will be back on 7:30, at 7:30 for the draft tonight. Diego, you said I'm calling it. We trade for Van Vliet tonight. What if it was Van Vliet? That would be like a Tommy trade. Somebody we just wasn't thinking of that few people were thinking of that wasn't really heavily reported that the Wizards were linked to, but that's just what happens. What if it was Van Vliet? Smith, you said get GS first. They don't want it. Pick from Ty, Chandler, and Nimbar. One will be available. Who would you give up for GS's first? Or would you... Yes, what would your trade be to get GS's first, Smith? Like you said, Vliet and Bill is a war crime on D. That's fact. That's like Kyrie and Bill would be a war crime on D. Jimbo, you said same, LMAO. Imagine if our 54th pick is the rookie of the year. Boy, I'd be shocked. That is so not the Wizards. That is so not the Wizards. Smith, you said Jerry has relinquished to Will McClay and Stephen. Saint, you said, I'm not out on Denny. Agree, I'm not out on Denny yet. Liam, you said, I love Denny, bruh. Kevin said, Denny's our best perimeter defender. Rather trade Rui, who can't even guard a parked car. Man, I've seen some Rui defensive propaganda before. I swear to God, I have, maybe the season before this season. Let me see, man. I feel like I've seen propaganda on Twitter for him before. Defensively. And I don't think it was for last season. I think it was for the season before. If I can find it, that'll be a miracle. I may be wrong, though. I may be wrong. Back to call. You know what? Let me watch some Rui defensive propaganda real quick. I'm gonna watch some Rui defensive propaganda real quick. Lockie said my comment was a little too harsh, but I'm buzzed. My issue is that he can't shoot, below average finisher, and I think his D is overrated, especially at the end of this year. Biggie said, where did you find that article on Johnny Davis and the Spurs? I like to read it. Let me. It was a tweet. It was from Once I find it again, my lord. They said okay. Source The Athletic. It's from The Athletic. So if you have The Athletic, the article name is 2022 NBA Draft Questions. Are Smith Holmgren locks at 1 through 2? Will Kings take Ivy? And the author is Zach Harper. So if you're subscribed to to The Athletic, it's on there. Which I am not. But I find other ways to read it. I find other ways. Aviv, you said if we can't get Jaden Ivey, we should see how we trade our pick for APG. W said it's 7:30 p.m. to you. For me, it's 3 a.m. Man, that's what I said. That's tough. That's tough, man. That's so tough, man. And like, that's starting at 3 a.m. That's crazy. That is crazy. Liam, you said, Kevin Quinn, you are smart. Charles, you said, who are you looking at for our second round pick? That's the thing. Who would I be interested in for our second round? Like, I wouldn't mind trying to trade up or something in the second round. Get somebody, maybe like an Andrew Nembhard, like Smith was talking about earlier out of Gonzaga. If we want a younger point guard to work with. But I mean, I haven't. Keon Ellis maybe. But those guys may be gone. Those guys may be gone. I know the Wizards pick is kind of more towards the end of the draft. Of the second round. So I'm not too sure yet who I want for the second round pick. Honestly. Who do you have in mind? Charles, who do you have in mind? Chimp, you said Rui can play defense. He just had a late season start in a COVID year. OBJ, you said, I'm all out on all our youngsters. I could swap them out for better players at their position with second round picks in this draft alone. Now that's harsh. That's harsher than locks. That's harsh. Biggie, you said I take a CP3 or a Van Vliet trade. Don't know if CP3 is going anywhere. But who plays point guard with Van Vliet? Like, Van Vliet's not a true point. I mean, and I don't want to keep using the term true point guard. I don't even see Vlam like really being a combo guard. Like, I just see Vliet as a guy who gets buckets. Lockie said, OBJ, I agree, but I like Kisper. That boy could shoot, and he actually knows how to cut. I like Kisper too. Kisper's my guy. He don't get talked about that much out of the three, but like, that's my guy. OBJ, you said, give me Jalen Williams, Dalen Terry, and Wendell Moore Jr. Over Rui Denny and Kisper. Chimp, you said Nembhard if he is there in the second round. Cool. But this is what we finna do. This is what we finna do. We finna go back to the COVID year before last season. We about to look at some LeBron James, some Rui defense on LeBron James. Because I knew it was Rui defensive propaganda out there. Because my boy Rui, he played defense. I think he plays defense. I think he did a decent job at Spurs last year. I think he's done a decent job on ball, etc. I think he's done all right. Good job getting over the screen, getting back, forcing a tough shot. LeBron made it because LeBron's LeBron. LeBron. I mean, which can you... Let me be honest. What in the world can you do against that when LeBron shoots fades like that? That is insane. That's good D right there. If he make that, that's just crazy. That's good D right there. I got hope for Rui on defense, man. I got hope. I truly got hope. That's good D right here. This is good D. If LeBron make that, that's tough. Good D right there. That's good on ball D, Rui. That's good D right there, Rui. That's good D right there. Force a pickup. Yes, sir. Hands up. Yes, sir. But he does lack defensive awareness. You're right on that, Smith. He does lack defensive awareness. His defensive awareness can improve. I think on ball, I've liked what I've seen from him on ball in the past, but his defense awareness is definitely needs to be improved on, for sure. For sure. Kevin said Sharif O'Neal or Kofi Cockburn. Both will be a very good project. Kofi Cockburn. I feel like one of the problems with him that I see him, even when he was in Illinois, I feel like he struggled to guard the pick and roll. Maybe I'm tripping. I didn't watch too much Illinois. But I know that's a big thing that NBA guys look at, scouts look at when it comes to bigs. You know, how well can you guard out in space? Can you guard in the pick and roll? Can you guard on the perimeter? Like you said, and I know they did work out Sharif O'Neal too. Like you said, shout out to when Kispert blockade, then got a dunk on the other end. Kispert, my boy. Aviv, you said, to be honest, I think we have good players and options on the bench, but we just play bad. We can get much more out of our squad. I agree with that too, Aviv. Like, I think the Wizards, they just, I mean, they tuned out last season. They just ended up tuning out, and when you tune out, nothing good comes out of that. Absolutely nothing good comes out of that when you tune out. Charles, you said I like JD Davidson. I'm gonna look up all these players later too that y'all bring up for the second round. For sure. Cause I need to get a good grasp of what I want out of the second round too. Cause I've just been so focused on what they're gonna do with the 10th pick, who they're gonna take in the first round. The second round has just completely slipped my mind. Smith, you said Rui lacks defensive awareness off ball like most non-US players due to heavy drills and little pickup basketball. I definitely think he lacks the off ball awareness. That was one of his issues coming out of Gonzaga that people pointed out, scouts pointed out, that his off ball awareness was pretty bad, that he had to improve on that. OBJ said Rui can't stay in front of me, champ. Dang, we feel like that about Rui on ball. D? Kevin said he couldn't even guard Obi Toppin. Tough. Like you said, I knew our franchise was cooked when I missed Robin Lopez this year. Oh, I'm not gonna cap. I miss Robin Lopez's, at least his size, this season for sure. For sure. Miami said, bro, Rui is so slow when his guy moves, he just gets lost. BZZ said, like, oh man, first thing I see when I come in here is a post about Robin, Mr. Hook Lopez. That's facts though. I missed them too. Captain Hook, as Drew Gooden will call Robin Lopez, Roblox. I low-key wanted Robin Lopez to come back one last year just so I could hear Drew Gooden say, call him Roblox. Call him Roblox. OBJ, you said, I see it now. Tommy going to trade back for Nikola Jovic and Osman. That'll be crazy. That'll send the...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm telling you. Abraham, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you. Aviv, you said, losing a 35 lead is a coach issue. It's a coach and a player issue. It's a coach and a player issue. You had Spencer Dinwiddie, your prize free agent pick. You had Bradley Beal, Mr. Max, and you lost to Amir Coffey, Luke Kennard. They put you in the dirt. Crazy. Locke said Kareem Abdul-Lopez. This is crazy. This is crazy. But no, guys, if you're just getting in here, I want to keep saying it just in case new guys are popping in and out. This is just a pregame stream, just so we can talk about like the Wizards stuff and news that came out yesterday, like about KCP and Kyle Kuzma being available in trade talks, etc. So at 7:30, I will be cutting the stream back on. We're doing 2 streams today. I will be cutting the stream back on at 7:30, 30 minutes before the draft. So make sure you guys are in here with your boy. Yeah. But I'm excited, man. I'm ready to go. I wear Wizards gear when I'm excited. When you see me wearing a Wizards jersey or something, that means I'm excited about something Wizards related. I am. I'm excited about today. I really am. I hope the Wizards make us proud, man. I really hope the Wizards make us proud. I do. Man, this is tough. Okay. Hold on. Let me see some propaganda real quick. Some Rui Hachimura propaganda that I may have just seen. This is when he was a rook, though. I don't think that counts. That doesn't count. I can't use that as Rui propaganda. Ty, you said that was one of the worst losses I ever experienced. Boy, when I tell you, I was about to blow a gasket when the Wizards blew that 35-point lead, or whatever, how many points it was. I mean, I will always bring it back to this analogy. It is hard to blow a 30-plus lead on NBA 2K. How in the freak do you blow a 30-plus lead in an NBA game when you have an all-NBA player on the court against backups? Because Ty wasn't really playing their starters like that because he was sick of them. Embarrassing. Lockie said I watched the DeMar DeRozan buzzer beater with my boy from Shy, and I've never experienced such a roller coaster. Really thought Kuz won us. Kuz hit that joint late. And then DeMar hit it over like Corey and Brad or something like that. And this was when the Wizards were like in the midst of being pretty decent. So it was tough. I was at the Houston game when Kevin Porter Jr. did a sin. I was at that Houston game when Kevin Porter Jr. shot it right over Raul Neto because Raul Neto was like 2 inches tall. So he doesn't affect anything. And he broke our hearts then. So that was tough. Ty, you said can't wait for the new City jersey. So I know it's the flower. I mean, it's the cherry blossom jerseys, and then is this the City Connect jersey? Which jersey is this? That's the retro one. Which one is that classified as? I keep forgetting. Matt, you said woot woot, let's go Wiz. Yeah, let's go Wiz. Don't disappoint us tonight, Wizards. Liam, you said lock. DeMar said, hold my beer. Facts. I was hyped. I was like, Kuz, let's go. But with the Wizards, you always got to wait until the final buzzer sounds. with the Wizards, man. Because it's so... Every time the game is on the line and the Wizards up by like 1, I always feel like whoever has the ball in their hand is going to hit the shot on the Wiz and break our hearts. I always feel that. Because I just feel like it's the Wizards' luck, man. I just do. Aviv said, I forgot, was Lopez kicking a trash can or a mascot? I forgot. Man, he said, so Benedict M or Johnny Davis aren't there, trade back for multiple picks. I definitely think that's a viable situation. I think that's a conservative take on the draft for sure. That's not really a play now. That's not really a win now move for the Wizards. That's more of a for the future type of move for the Wizards. So I'm not sure if the Wizards would. I'm not sure if that would be what the Wizards would like to do, but it's possible. Trading back is always possible. Dub, you said, I don't think Tommy is the right GM to the Wizards. He made way more bad stuff than good to match mistakes. I think, he's done good with trades, but I still think the verdict is out on Tommy. Like, he has to hit a home run. He's done good things to go back to baseball. He's hit a couple doubles. He hit some singles. He's got to hit a home run, man, soon. Lockie said, D-check Twitter mentions for propaganda. My guy, I got you. Let me read these comments. I got you. Lock my guy, giving me that Rui propaganda I need. My man. Matt, you said the coach lost the team. That is why. 100%. Coach lost the Wizards last season. Guys tuned out. They things went to crap. Smith, you said, I like that fat big at Purdue if available at 54. I know you talking about. Smith. Kevin, you said, let's trade KCP for Kelly Oubre or Matisse Thybulle. I'm good on Kelly. The Wizards should have got more for him than Trevor Ariza when they traded him originally. But I'm good on Kelly being back, personally. Locke, you said yes. Smith Travion is nice. That's my dog. Matt, you said the Wiz were good. Then the team imploded and the coach didn't get under control. Facts, Matt. OBJ, you said got people on Twitter trying to sell me Jeremy Sohan over Johnny Davis. F my life. Yeah, I'm good. Give me Johnny. Give me Johnny. Biggie, I'm with Matt. If Davis and Benedict are gone, even Dyson, I would trade back for multiple picks. Bees Knees, you said, oh hell no, OBJ, you gotta block them. Laugh my ass off. And you said, what do you think about Sharp? I think Sharp, he definitely has the potential. I understand why front offices are worried about him, because it's like you haven't seen much from him. You haven't seen him in the tournament. You haven't seen him play Duke. You haven't seen him play Florida, etc. All these big teams, Arkansas or whatnot. But I from what I've seen, I think he definitely has the opportunity and the potential to be a good player. I don't know if I can call him an all-star. I just haven't seen enough to say, oh yeah, he's an all-star caliber player. You know, it's not like I'm looking at Zion Williamson highlights out of high school and you just know that dude's about to be that guy if he can stay healthy. So I don't know. I'm not sure about Sharp, but I definitely think he could be good though. Bees Knees, he says, make sure y'all drop a like on the stream. My guy Bees Knees, yes, please, if you haven't already, please make sure you leave a like on the stream for your boy. If you want to help me reach my membership goal, I'm trying to get to 10 channel members. Definitely click that pin comment and click the link. Or if you want to give out a super chat and support in that way, you can also donate. I can never speak. You can also donate and support that way. But I appreciate you guys being in here as usual. Thank you guys for just watching. Matt, you said, I want to see us get a hold of Kofi Cockburn in the Gonzaga PG. He tore it up at the combine, just can't shoot the three. Yeah, and you know how I feel about Gonzaga players, man. Gonzaga players I like their IQ. They're high IQ players. I wouldn't mind them. I wouldn't mind him, especially if he's available in the second round. The Wizards want to go ahead and get him. Definitely wouldn't mind him. Cockburn's interesting now. Let me see. Oh, we got more 2021 propaganda. Hold on. My boy Locke. Do I follow you? Locke followed.
Hachimura working.
Let's look at this. Let's look at this propaganda real quick. Look at that. Yeah, on Giannis. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So show the people what you about on defense, man. Because they don't think you can play D, Rui. That's Giannis. Yes, sir. Rui propaganda. I got to pull out the Rui defensive propaganda, man. And yes, it's one clip, but there's more out there. I've seen it. I've seen Rui lock up. I got faith, man. I got faith. Zesty 2K. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that, my boy. Thank you. I got faith in Rui, man. I got faith. Kevin, you said, I feel the most Wizards thing they going to do is draft Jeremy Sohan at 10, which will break my heart. I feel like drafting Jeremy would make a lot of Wizards fans angry. Really good defensive player. Really smart defensive player. Can help the Wizards defensively for sure. But you're drafting another player. You're drafting a player who struggles to shoot the free throw and who struggles to shoot the three ball. Do you really want that? You know, I mean, I don't know. For the Wizards' sake. Not saying for other teams, but for the Wizards' sake and what they're trying to do right now and the holes that they need to fill. Zesty, you said Jabari Smith is too good to pass on with the Magic. Facts. I said Jabari, I thought he should have went number 1. I mean, Woj pretty much just confirmed it on Twitter earlier, saying that the top three is pretty locked in right now with Jabari going number 1. I think Jabari Smith is an all-star in a couple years. I think he's an all-star. I mean, you look at his size, you look at his offensive ability. He's 19 years old right now, and he can do what he do. I mean, yeah, he got his struggles, but I see all-star caliber in that kid. I really like Jabari. Matt, you said, so there's a talent on this team. I start to wonder, should we keep Bill? Matt, I said a long time ago the Wizards should have traded Bill when he was averaging 30-plus points a game. Because I didn't see the Wizards really making anything out of this. I thought we were always going to be a team in purgatory. I mean, let's be honest, guys. The Wizards couldn't build a good team around Bill when he wasn't getting a max contract. So what makes us all think that we can build a legitimate contender when Bill is taking up however much money? It ain't going to get easier. It's going to get harder. And with a team whose cap situation is always trash, by the way, always trash. Champy said, there you go. Rui has guarded all the big guns, even LeBron. I'm saying Rui, you know, Rui, I can find some Rui Hachimura defensive propaganda, man. Let me see. Oh, look at Chase! I'm telling y'all, my God, Chase. Rui Hachimura defensive propaganda. My God, Chase. I know. My God, Chase. Check out the Rui Hachimura propaganda. There's a Rui Hachimura defensive propaganda stream. Some notable defensive matchups for Rui Hachimura this season and how they did per NBA tracking stats. Kevin Durant, 3 for 11. Damian Lillard, 0 for 8. Kawhi Leonard, 2 for 6. Jimmy Butler, 4 for 10. Carmelo Anthony, 2 for 8. Locking up. Rui got that dog in him, man. He got his defensive deficiencies, but I seen it. I seen him lock up. That's how I know he can. I seen it. I ain't crazy. I watched the games. I watched them. Let me see. She lost track of my propaganda. Matt, you said Jeremy isn't bad, really. No, Jeremy's not bad. Jeremy's definitely not bad. I just don't know if he's the right fit for the Wizards. Will he help defensively, though, if he were to be drafted by the Wizards? Yes. He's a very smart defensive player. Knows how to use his length. I mean, he will 100% help, you know, defensively with the Wizards. But I don't know if he's a good fit for them. That's why I wouldn't take him. But I'm not saying he's a bad player at all. Kevin, you said no faith in Rui defense. If he improves this year, then maybe I would change my mind. Matt, you said, man, build to the 76ers for Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, and draft of Thibault Gold. We want to take on that Harris. I don't know how many years Tobias got in his contract. So, I mean, but if you trade Bill to the 76ers, I'm definitely starting a package around Tyrese Maxey for sure. Aviv, you said the top 3 prospects are way above the others this time. Like Chet. Imagine Chet and KP. That would have been fun if the Wizards got lucky and got in top 3. That would have been fun. Chet, I like Chet. Jabari, I like Jabari. Banchero, I like him too. He showed me. I used to not really be on the Banchero train. The tournament did a lot for me though. He was hooping in the tournament. Kevin, you said too bad he's going to be in the Magic. I mean, he'll have a lot of guards to work with though. He'll have a lot of guards to work with at least, you know, to help him get the ball, etc. Bees Knees, he said, I'm here for the Rui propaganda. We just need him to stay locked in like that more. Facts. Lockie said, D, there was another, I mentioned you in facts. All right, bet. I'm going to check that out too. Omar, you said, Rui never defended. Scott Brooks made you believe he did. I just looked at the numbers. What they say? What do they be saying? You know, men lie. Women lie. Numbers don't. That's what they be saying. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. I just was looking at the numbers, man. I see them do it. Lockie said, Rui got that dog in him. Yes, sir. Nat, you said, we are just forward heavy. Got to get rid of one of them so the others can ascend. It is a log jam at that forward spot, though, Matt. You're 100% correct. Matt, this is your first time I done see your name in the stream. And you come in here speaking facts, brother. This is the first time I done see you in the stream. And you come in here speaking facts. I see you. BZZ says, I know that Denny defense propaganda got to be hitting too. Oh, the Denny, I'm not showing Denny defensive highlights because we all know that Denny was like, I have tweets. I have tweets like literally saying, let me see. Let me go to my Twitter. Let me go to my Twitter and look at it. I have tweets with Diddy defensive propaganda. So I'm not even going to look that up because we already know. Let me see. Where is it at? I'm getting mad. I think I'm spelling Diddy's name wrong. That's why. Oh well, I'll find it. Zesty, you said I live in Orlando, so I'm excited to watch Jabari Smith live in the stadium. Yeah, how is Orlando's arena? Because I would definitely my bucket list type of thing is to visit so many stadiums, sports arenas, etc. How is Orlando's arena, Zesty? How is it? Chip, you said I've been saying it all along. Rui, he got defensive ability. He has the ability. He definitely needs to work on awareness, etc. Hey, look, I got the propaganda. Diddy Avdia first team all defense. I put the laughing emoji there, but I was dead serious. Diddy was locking up. I was definitely on the Diddy Avdia first team all defense propaganda train. Think I'm lying? I was shoot. Look at this Diddy propaganda I had. Diddy Avdia on defense. You think I was I'm putting the laughing emoji, but I was dead ass. I don't gotta talk about the Diddy propaganda. I had my Diddy defense propaganda out there. Omar, you said, D, would you take Jeremy for our 2022 pick if they offered it? Jeremy Grant? You talking about Jeremy Grant? Matt, you said, I don't want to give up Kuzma and a first rounder for Jaden Ivey. That has been mentioned, and honestly, Sacramento would be crazy not to take that trade. It depends on what else anybody else is offering. Sacramento. Viv, you said, if you keep hyping Rui, I'm going to edit some clips right now. I'm not playing. Chill. Aviv, chill out, bro. Chill out, man. Chill out. You don't need to edit clips. The reason I have to give Rui propaganda is because everybody's saying he don't play a lick of defense. So I'm trying to defend him. The public opinion and perception is already that he don't play defense. So I'm just trying to show the people that he do play a little defense, man. Don't do this to me, Aviv. Don't do this to me. Like you said, it's okay. That VR for Ivy is for DeJounte. I'm all in on DeJounte. Viv said, Matt, you said, I hate to give up Kuz, though. He is a beast that just really started to grow. Yeah, a lot of it comes down to money stuff, too. Wizards got to pay up to a couple guys. You know, they about to do Brad if Brad returns. And then you got Rui, Kuz, and KP if he has a good season. I mean, it's tough. Not everybody can get paid, man. That's tough. As you said, everything is expensive. It's big, and Shaq is always there. Yeah, like I definitely want to take a trip down. Like next time I'm in Florida, if I'm ever like, I may even if I'm like, I don't know how far Miami is, from Orlando. I feel like it's like 2 hours, I think, from last time I guessed. But I mean, I'm not from Florida, so I'm not sure. But I mean, I'd take a trip down there just to go see a game. Ty, you said, I remember when Rui and Brian had the worst defensive record. But part of it was defensive system and unnecessary switch confusion from the coach. That is why I was happy he didn't stay. Thomas Bryant he had his moments. He was fun definitely at times, but yeah, defensively, no, terrible defensively. Now that's somebody defensively where I was like, yeah, this dude ain't it on defense. He had, and even TB had moments defensively, but still, he's like. That's a guy I was like, man, this defense is not it, bro. I mean, Matt, you said Jeremy already got traded to Portland. Yeah, that's why I was. Yeah, Omar, that's why I was asking. I was like, Jeremy Grant. Yeah, if you talking about Jeremy Grant, yeah, he just got traded to Portland the other day. So he's out of the picture. Omar, you said, so do you pay Rui or nah? That's a terrific question. That's a terrific question. Do I pay Rui or nah? I mean, it's not like he getting no max money or nothing like that. I mean, maybe. I can't. Maybe. I don't. I'm not sure. Maybe though. I say maybe. I can't really even give you a de facto answer, bro. Because if I could trade Rui to improve the squad, I would do it. You know, I get though. You got the whole Japan market that the Wizards are involved in and that they like, so they may not want to lose that Japan market, but still. I mean, I don't know. I'm not 100% saying, yeah, I'm signing them back 100%. I'm not sure. Zesty said it's 3 hours. I drive 3 hours all the time. I take a 3-hour drive. Get a rental or something if need be. I may drive. Honestly, I was thinking about driving down to Florida. From Maryland to Florida, that's like maybe 10. I feel like it's like a 10-hour drive or something. Or like 12 hours. I'm not sure. It's definitely a long drive, though, from here to Florida. But I've experienced that at my high school retreat. We drove down to Florida. So I definitely know the drive is a pretty decent drive from here down there by car. Dang, I like this. We got Zesty, Magic fan. And I like when fans are fans of. I like people especially who are fans of teams that like aren't the popular teams. Like the Lakers or the Heat, etc. Like these big market teams. We got a Magic fan in here. I love that. Like we got a smaller market team. That you don't really see a bunch of people say, oh yeah, I'm a Magic fan. I love seeing that. Because you talk to somebody who's not in the DMV area and say you're a Wizards fan, they probably look at you like you're crazy. And then we had Zay in here who's a Knicks fan. I love having fans of other teams in here to talk about their team. Bees Needs, you said, not even gonna lie, Thomas Bryant used to get on my damn nerves rebounding. Zesty, you said Lakers are number 1. No. Oh no. But I get it. But I get you though. You said, not even gonna lie, Bees. You said, not even gonna lie, Thomas Bryant used to get on my damn nerves rebounding wise too. Yeah, like Thomas Bryant was a good energy player, but I mean he wasn't a starting center. And I feel the same way about Daniel Gafford. Like Daniel Gafford's a great energy player. I loves what he brings with his athleticism. I love what he brings, with his blocks. But the fouls, man, he couldn't stop foul when it came to certain matchups. He would have 2 fouls in the first quarter every time. It was guaranteed. You can't be a starting 5 if you're going to foul out. I mean, if you're going to have 2 fouls and the game just started. You can't be a starting 5 like that. Like you said, Rui will be restricted, so it'll be easier to see what he's worth. Yeah, facts. See what the Wizards got to match. Bees, as you say, yeah, Bryant was not a starting center caliber, so I can't be too upset. Can't expect him to hang with these great bigs nowadays. Biggie, you said, just check the defense on Rui. He got some pretty good steal stats throughout his career with the Wizards blocks in single digits, though. Yeah, like I see, he got something going on for him. Rui got a little something going on for him defensively. Or you said, if not, what is your package for Brogdon? What is my package for Brogdon? It's a good question. What would my package for Brogdon be? I ain't giving up no 10th pick. Believe that. What would they want though? I'm not giving up Cal. I'm not giving up Cal for Brogdon. It's not happening. I'm not giving up Cal. You know what? That's a good question, man. Honestly, I don't want to give up anything for Malcolm. I don't want to give up anything for Malcolm. That's why I'm struggling to create a trade package for you, Omar, because I just don't like Malcolm Brogdon. Like, not saying I don't think he sucks. He doesn't suck. I just don't want him on the team because I just don't know if he's going to be on the floor. Personally. Locke, you said, oh, well, you got to make the money match. Yeah, that too. Which I suck at doing, making money match. Matt, you said, do we go after John Wall if he gets brought out? Depends on what they do today with the point guard position. Do they trade the pick? Depends on who they bring in. If they just bring in a Monte Morris, I can see John Wall being an option. Definitely. If they stay at 10 and just draft a Johnny Davis or even draft a Ty, I can see them going after John Wall. But if they trade for a Malcolm Brogdon, then no. Obviously, anyone else of a decent amount of caliber starting point guard, then no. But Monte Morris, or if they stay at 10, then yeah, I can see them going after John for sure. If he gets brought out. So that's he said I'm a Magic fan. Oh, I just read that and was disappointed slightly. Self-made, you said, I think one has to go. Diddy, Rui, or Kispert, like the same position. Yeah, they got a log jam at that forward spot. They got a log jam, and then people got to get paid. It's just, you got to clear it up a little bit, definitely. Kevin, you said, no, bro, it's like 15. He drive. Oh, he drive mainly. Might as well fly there, and gas is not $175 no more. That's true. I forgot gas is like $10 a gallon nowadays. Boy, I don't even be wanting to be driving. I just don't even want to be driving. Gas is crazy. Too crazy for me. Oh, you said got you. Zesty said, I'm sorry, my favorite player is LeBron. I understand that. I used to hate LeBron. Because he made Gilbert Arenas miss them 2 free throws. And then when the Wizards were like, when Kevin Love threw that full court pass to him, did he hit that turnaround bank shot off the backboard? Then you had the meme of Brad's girlfriend at the time. I think fiance. Maybe they were married. I think they were just girlfriend, boyfriend at the time. And she was just aghast. She was shocked. LeBron, I mean, but you got to respect the greatness, bro. LeBron, for what he's been doing, for how long he's been doing it, bro. I mean, I can't dislike a guy like that. I mean, the dude is amazing. And for the amount of time he's been doing it at such a high level is insane. Can do nothing but respect that. Said, but I do love the Magic. I get you, Zesty. I get you. I respect it. Trunks, what's going on, Trunks? You said I'm a Russ fan, but I hate the Lakers. I get why you hate the Lakers, I get why you hate the Lakers, man. I felt bad for Russ, bro. I did. I felt so bad for Russ. I mean, and that's the thing, like, that's the thing about playing on the Wizards or like coming to the Wizards. You're not going to get talked about. Nobody cares. You're not going to get talked about on the sports shows. So you can play more freely. Like Kuzma, he had bad games. Nobody really cared. You know, outside of Wizards fans, obviously. But it wasn't talked about that much. Russ had bad games on the Wiz. Nobody really talked about it that much. Outside of the fan base and whatnot. You go to the Lakers and with LeBron, you on the talk shows 5 days a week. They out here creating reels of you. Can you do this? Why can't you do this? The fan base is crazy. It's more large. It's just insane. I felt bad, bro. I really did feel bad for Russ. But I think I still want him to get out of LA. I think what's best for him is to just move on. Both sides. I think it's just best for Russ to get up out of there. Matt, you said, Ollie, I feel we are closer than most understand. We just need that PG and a good backup, strong center, big body. We need to play defense, firstly, Matt. If the Wizards don't play defense, it doesn't matter. We've seen, under Scott Brooks, high-scoring top 10 offenses with the Wizards, but bottom 10 defenses. You know what I mean? Like, you can be top 10 offensively, but if you bottom 10 on defense and you scoring 150 and losing 158 to 150, you're never going to consistently win like that. You can't win games without consistent defense. You have to be good defensively consistently in order to be a legitimate team and a legitimate winning team. You can be good offensively, but if you suck on the defensive side of things, you're going to be inconsistent, man. You're really going to be inconsistent. Jamel, you said you think Portland traded that pick now after that Grant trade, after the Grant trade. I see Portland was like, they was looking at Lou Dort. They was looking at somebody else with that 7th pick too. OG Anunoby, they had tweeted out. Somebody tweeted out. I forgot who. I heard something about them with Lou Dort and them with OG Anunoby. So I'm like, they trying. They out there trying. They out there trying to build something around Dame. I respect it. And that's if the Wizards are trying to build around Bill, just like people say the Blazers should have just blew it up, but they're trying. They're making moves. That's the same vibe the Wizards should be on. If the Blazers got to trade that 7th pick, trade that 7th pick. If you going to compete, go ahead and compete. Go full out and try to compete. If not, then rebuild. Don't be in the middle, man. Aviv, you said, hey, bro, watch my fave Rui play of the season. You can mute because it's in Hebrew. I would, but I'm scared that I played them Twitter clips because YouTube I may get copyright claimed. NBA they just be on backs. You know, they will copyright claim your stuff if you play. I remember the first time I streamed on YouTube, I was just playing college prospect highlights in the background. I'm in the stream, copyright claim. You got to trim this clip out, copyright claim. I said, man, okay. So I'm scared that I played them Rui Hachimura clips off Twitter. Hopefully, since it's not off YouTube, they won't get me. But I can't play nothing off YouTube. They gonna get me up out of here. They're gonna get me up out of there. I learned my lesson. Liam, you said Thomas Bryant is a scrub. Get him out of here. Trade him for Markelle Fultz. Thomas Bryant is an expired, Liam. He's already gone. He's an unrestricted free agent. He's no longer on the team. Charles, you said Gafford can't grab rebounds either. Yeah, you would want him to, you would like Gafford to be a guy who can grab you 10 rebounds or something, 9, 10 rebounds. He's definitely had lower rebound games. But also that's because Kuzma's over there snatching all the rebounds. Denny be out there snatching the rebounds. But as the big, you would want him to see have more 10-plus rebound games, He only had he didn't have that many. Matt, you said a second rebounder. A second rounder. Jamel, you said at all. Omar, you said Pacers would want Denny. I think so too. I feel like Denny would fit their time span. 21 years old, young, wing. They already got Buddy. They got Tyrese. I could see that, getting another wing in Denny. I think he fits their bill for sure. Jamel, you said facts. Matt, you said, amen, brother. Fool's gold, 29 and injury prone. Brogdon, I'm good off Brogdon, bro. 29, making over 20 mil. I mean, you look at the amount of games played, you could say it's because of COVID or whatnot. My brother in Christ, you was not there on the court when the Pacers needed you. So I'm good. I already got to worry about Porzingis being on the court. Omar, you say, yeah, we need to go big with the PG. Don't give me Brogdon or Monte. You can go Monte if Monte is brought in with the thought process of him being the backup. I'm cool if you go Monte if it's because you want to make him the backup. If you want to make him the backup, cool. Oh, let me see. Oh, my bad. This is a lot. This is
Hachimura.
This is a lot. Hold on, he sent me some more propaganda real quick. Some more Rui propaganda from... Okay. Let's look. Okay. Yes, sir. See? People gonna try to discredit that. People gonna say Diddy saved him. People gonna say Diddy saved him on this clip. No, you can't do that. Don't do that. Don't say Diddy saved him. Dame got past him, but he recovered. And he got up there. Diddy helped. Diddy definitely helped, but let me see who's first. I'm counting that for Rui. Point Rui. Diddy was involved, but point Rui. Propaganda. Okay. Marco, you said who's better, Anthony Bennett or Andrew Wiggins? I mean, coming out? like into the league, or I know you're not talking about like right now. I mean that shouldn't even need an answer. I mean, obviously Wiggins. Zesty said if they trade Russ in a first rounder, they can get a good guard. Yeah, they didn't want to trade, and it still will be it'll be tough, and they don't want to give up that first round pick, Zesty. Like that's what they were saying when they were talking about swapping Russ for John Wall again, and Houston was like, give us that first round pick, and the Lakers was like, no, I'm not doing it. So they just don't want to give up that first rounder, so it's going to be tough to get off Russ if they're not going to add that first rounder to him. I mean, maybe they may feel like since he's an expiring now, maybe they don't need to add that first rounder. You know, it does help that he's going to be an expiring and coming off the books for any team that gets him. Trucks, you said, who do you think is going to get traded today? Tough. It could be Kuzma. It could be Malcolm Brogdon. I definitely think Malcolm Brogdon's going. Malcolm Brogdon, I think, is gone. I don't think Miles Turner is gone. Monte Morris, I can see going today. KCP, possibly, I can see going today from the Wizards side of things. Don't think Russ goes anywhere yet. DeJounte Murray, I think, may be on the move. John Collins, I think, could be on the move today. It's probably a few more names I'm not thinking of that could possibly be on the move. Biggie said, I give up nothing for Malcolm. Take our second or they could suck it. Bring it on the free agency, I say to them, since they didn't want to give us a bonus. I mean, I get it. I'm not turning down Tyrese Halliburton either, bro. I would be like, what? You giving up who? Cool. I'll take that. Charlie said Rui versus Luka if FIBA was crazy. Hey, FIBA Rui would be out there acting different. Lead the team. But let me say this again for guys who may be just joining. This is just the first stream. I'm streaming twice today. This is like the pregame stream. I was talking about Wizard stuff, you know, in the news and who's on the block and all the draft stuff. Pre-gaming it. Pre-game to the draft party. I will be back live at 7:30, 30 minutes before the draft comes on. So if you want to tune back in later today to watch the draft with your boy, you can do that. Also, if you haven't already, please like the video. Also, if you want to join as a channel member, just click the link in the comment that I have pinned in the chat. Try to hit 10 members on the channel. That's the goal. Small little goal. So if you want to support in that way, you can. Also, if you want to send a super chat over, you can do that as well and donate. But thank you all for being in here so far today. It's lit per usual with my boys. Zesty, you said, where can I watch the draft for free? Some illegal program probably got it out there. I mean, I'm just going to use ESPN. I don't got the links. I don't got the sites, the illegal programs. You know, I don't got them illegal programs on me. I'm not sure. Lockie said you guys are going to make me start Gafford propaganda. Hey, I got Gaff propaganda. My lord, I got Gafford propaganda. I got Gafford propaganda too. But I mean, but it's the fouling with Gafford, man. It's the fouling. It's always been the fouling with him. You know, just, he could never keep the fouls to a minimum. Kevin said, Biggie Stevie, I totally agree with you. Facts, I agree with him too. Kevin, I agree with Biggie too. He said, what do you think if we get Derrick Rose from the Knicks? My lord. I'm good. I'm good. How many games did Derrick Rose play last season? And I know he was banged up too. Derrick Rose played 26 games last season. In 35, he played 50 games before that. He played 26 games this last season. And I know he was banged up too. I'm good off D-Rose. Matt, he said, Kofi Cogburn is backups center we need. He is a beast. Just come out there and body people. And he's a rebounding machine. And he can post up and score. Great backup to Gafford, who I like too. John Wall picking and rolling with Gafford and Kristaps P. How awesome that could be. I would love to see John play with a caliber of front court member like Kristaps. That would be the best front court player he's ever played with. Porzingis. Like, he's played with DeMarcus Cousins, but it was Houston DeMarcus Cousins. It wasn't prime Sacramento, DC, hashtag DC to DC DeMarcus Cousins when we wanted him to be here before he got traded over to the Pelicans. That wasn't the Cousins he played with. So KP will be the most talented big that he's played with for sure. Matt, you said, oh yeah, be on then. Woot woot. Facts. Appreciate you. Hoping to see a lot of you guys, my boys, in the stream later for sure. Chippy said, I like Rose, but he injury prone. Facts. Yeah, that's the thing. I know he was banged up last season. Same with Kemba. He just got tossed out the lineup. I don't want nobody who got thrown out the lineup. That was rough. That was definitely rough. Whew, but let me make sure I don't see anything. Was this related? Okay. I see that Chet. They say Chet got the LeBron tour in Oklahoma City, so I'm pretty sure he's going there. Okay. Not seeing no new Wizards news. Cool. Like you said, did you see the NBA trade report say OKC might trade up for 4? I did see that, actually. I did see that. Because they wanted to pair somebody, was it Ivy? Who did they want? They said they wanted to pair somebody up with a Chat. I find it hard to believe there's room for SGA, Ivy, Giddy over there. Yeah, SGA, Ivy, and Giddy. Definitely not room for SGA, Ivy, and Giddy. Definitely not room for all 3 of them. So if Ivy traded up, if the Thunder traded up to 4, I'd be extremely interested to see who's the all ball out. I would be extremely interested to see who they give up in that trade. I would be interested for sure. Warzone report. You said, sup Wall, hoodie Wall here. What's your best case scenario? What's going on, Wall? Best case scenario, we trade for DeJounte Murray. Best case scenario. We get DeJounte Murray. Some people going to have to be sad. It's probably going to be a decent little penny. But hey, we got DeJounte Murray. And I would love it. Best case scenario, 100% for me. Best case would be SGA. But I don't think the Wizards get him. I don't think he's as available as DeJounte is. So I would say best case scenario is they trade for DeJounte. Chip, you said I would take a free Kemba Walker. I would. I still would take a free Kemba. Shab, he said if Cool's on the move today, I'm going no Savage and Tyson's mode on Tommy and Cool out. And Cool out on no Savage, man. At the Tysons. They was over there harassing that man. They were harassing the man. Zesty said, who's better, Dwayne Wade or Kobe? I gotta go Kobe, man. I gotta go Kobe. I'm a big Kobe guy. And I love D-Wade. But I gotta go Kobe. Jamel, you said Dyson Daniels or Shaedon Sharpe if they're both available at 10. Oh, man. I feel like a lot of people will go Sharpe, and I feel like I will go Sharpe because I feel like Sharpe has a higher ceiling than Dyson, and I really like Dyson. But I feel like Sharpe may have a higher ceiling than him, so I probably will go Sharpe at 10 if they were both available, which I doubt. Omar, you said your package for DeJounte Murray is... I said, this was my package for... This was my package for the Spurs and DeJounte Murray. And some people may say it's steep and it's a lot, but you got to do what you got to do, man. You see what the Blazers out here trying to do, and they got Jeremy Grant. They looking to move that 7 for OG Anunoby, maybe even Lou Dort. They try to make moves out here. So you got to give something up. I said, Cal, get over there. Love you. But I know it's a business. We all understand that. I said Diddy because Kyle's a 4. Rui's a 4. I don't want to trade 2 4s. So I had Diddy. And then I had Kispert because I feel like without Kispert, 10, Denny, and Kyle may not be enough. And then I said, hey, buddy, you come over here. And I said, just because, we lost some wing depth, give me Bates Diop, who is on a 1-year deal. DeJounte, 25 years old, 2 years left on his deal. No, he's going to have to get paid soon, but this is my deal. Try trade. Voila. You got, takes 2 to tango. You got to take some L's, man. You got to lose some leeway. Or if you don't want to give up Corey, let's say they don't want to give up Corey. Let's see if this works. Maybe we give up a future first round pick or something. I don't know. Let's say 2026, for example. What about that? Kyle Kuzma, Denny, 2 future... Well, this number 10 and a future first round pick. I don't know what the protections would be. Or will it have to be Kispert and these 2 first round picks? Yeah, you're right. What was the Drew Holiday trade? Why was that in there? Can I get like the aspects of it? What the freak? Okay. Pelicans got Steven Adams from... It was a 4-team trade. My goodness. And they got Adams from OKC. They got Eric Bledsoe from Milwaukee. They got 2 future first-round picks. Right to swap 2 additional first-round picks via Milwaukee. So they got 2 players, and they got 2 firsts. Okay. Like this. Kyle Kuzma, Denny, 10th pick this year, first in the future. However, protections, whatever they want to do with that freaky stuff, they go ahead and do that. That's not my job. What about that? What about this? They say yes to this? Well, this is what I think the Wizards can't offer. I mean, and that's pretty much my package right there for it. Well, you said if we could somehow get DeJounte without giving up Kuz, almost impossible. But Murray, Bill, Kuz, and Porzingis, yeah, that'd be tough. I mean, it won't. That's not happening for a reason, but it definitely would be tough, But Kuz 100% has to go. The package starts with Kuz. Oh my, you said, I'm sorry, Jermel, Johnny Davis, or AJ Griffin. I like AJ Griffin, man. I really do. The injury stuff scares me. I think I'll go Johnny Davis, bro. Johnny Davis, 3-point shooter you want to improve. But I feel like he's good defensively, has a really good motor, good at working out of the pick and roll. He had a lot of responsibility in Wisconsin on a team that wasn't the best. I think I may go Johnny, but AJ Griffin I really like too. And I get why people, he could be better defensively, then you got the injury stuff. That's tough. I may go Johnny though. Kevin said, wasn't Gafford out of the rotation when he was in Chicago, and when he came back he was balling? I think Gafford was on the bench behind. I think when it was Montrez and maybe Thomas Bryant, but it was a point in time where I think Gafford was out of the rotation, which was insane, but it's true. I do remember that being the time. Matt, you said Davis. Locke, you said they said Spurs want J. Rue like package to add at least one more first round pick. Hoodie Mello, you said, what do you think is more impossible to happen, that we could trade for the 4th pick or trade for a star PG? What's more possible? I think that's tough. That's a tough question. What's more possible to happen? I think it's more possible that the Wizards could get the 4th pick before they could get DeJounte. I think the 4th pick may be a little bit more obtainable than DeJounte Murray. Like you said, I think they want Kispert and the 2 first-round picks. So, like you saying, Kuz, Denny, Kispert, and the 2 first-round picks. That's what you're saying? Shabby said, are Spurs in win now or rebuild mode? They not in win now mode. They don't got no star. They don't got no star. DeRozan left. They don't have a star. I mean, DeJounte Murray is a rising star. I'll say that. He's a rising star. But, you know, he was a first-time All-Star last season. Shout out to him. But, you know, they don't have that, like, de facto established star. DeJounte is on the rise. You say, yeah, probably what they want. So, you said Corey, too. So, I mean, honestly, this sounds about right. It's a very steep price. It really is. But I mean, I could believe that. I could believe that's something the Spurs would want. I could believe that's something the Spurs want for sure. But let me check Twitter one more time to make sure nothing breaking has happened. Make sure nothing breaking has happened. No. Cool. Shabby said if they in rebuild, will Kuz even make sense for them? Would Rui instead of Kuz +3? Shab, they could always flip. They could always flip Kuz. They could always flip Kuz for more picks. Shab. Just because they trade for Kuz doesn't mean that he has to play for him. They can always just flip him for more assets. They can just move on from him. Like you said, I hope not because I love Corey, but if we being real, facts. You said they can flip, yeah. Yeah, so if they got Kuzma and they're looking to rebuild, I mean, they probably would just see who's interested in Kuz and try to move him for some kind of asset as well. So I don't know how long he will be staying in San Antonio. But okay, guys, it's been about 2 hours, our normal time. I'm probably gonna end it off here. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, if there's any ladies in here, I don't think any ladies ever watch my channel. So gentlemen, remember 7:30, be back with your boy. 7:30, I'm gonna be back on here on stream, 30 minutes before the draft starts, so we can get ready, we can get hype. You know, we could just, probably some more news would happen. I'll be back on before 7:30 if something crazy happens with the Wizards. If something crazy happens with the Wizards, I may just stick it to 7. I may just keep it at 7:30. 7:30, I'll be back live. 7:30, I'll be back live. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, love you guys. Guys is lit. Appreciate you for spending your early part of the day with your boy. Wizards draft day. Hopefully they don't embarrass us. Hopefully they don't make us upset doing anything stupid. Hopefully the day turns out good. I'm excited, man. So 7:30, make sure you guys are back here. I'll be back on. I'll probably have it scheduled or whatever. So yeah, make sure you guys are back here. Once again, if you haven't already, make sure you like the video for your boy. Please, if you want to become a channel member, click the link in the pinned comment. If you want to send a super chat, you could also do that. But that's probably it for me. Mello, you said, if you get the number 4 pick, do you think Ivy could run the point? Yeah, I think Ivy could run the point. OBJ made a good point. I believe it was OBJ. I'm sure it was him. He made a good point. I believe it was yesterday. He said that, you know, like true natural or like natural point guard, true point guard, that's not really a thing anymore. You know what I mean? Like, majority of ones are guys who are like high scorer type guys. They aren't like elite facilitators or whatnot. There's guys who are like really high scorers. You know, they're like combo guards. A lot of guys at the one are combo guards nowadays. So I think he could. You know what I mean? So, and I mean, he would have Bradley Beal next to him and Kristaps Porzingis down low too. So it's not like all the focus is on him. So I mean, I definitely can see him running the one for sure. I wouldn't be opposed to it at all. But all right, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to be back with your boy at 7:30. enjoy the rest of your day. Get your bricks ready for potential madness. Get your beer ready for potential sadness. And I will see you guys next time, later on today. Peace, guys.